Yanis, you at Grant Thornton are working on a centralized PPA platform. Do you really believe that there is value added in that? Well, let me first start by saying that, well, would you mind me showing me a presentation first, and then maybe I might be able to answer the question through that? The PPA market benefits and the value added by facilitating a PPA platform lie in that it can bring together buyers and sellers. Such a platform is a prerequisite to lift obstacles mainly relating to legal and commercial provisions and standardization of products, the matching of the final offers, as well as refraining from renegotiations or refraining from clauses that might lead to a conflict between the parties. And of course, it is a factor that strengthens the bankability of such a project, being part of a platform. All the more in cases where a guarantee scheme is underlying or where a CCP is in place. And finally, this platform will be providing a level playing field, playing field where smaller players of the market might enjoy better access conditions. As you know, we had drafted a preliminary study to assess PPA volume in Greece. It is defined by the targets set at the state level, as well as by regulatory perspectives and factors, as well as the costs of technology. The uncertainty is rather high. It might vary from 1 to 6 terawatt hours, but we guess that until 2026, 4 terawatt hours and 2.5 gigawatt will be the target figures. In terms of the workings and the structure of such a platform, there are actually 3 models. A very simple case where we're actually talking about a bulletin board. There is a matching among the interested parties. The third most centralized platform allows for standardized products, contracts for having provided all necessary guarantees and collaterals at the initial stages, and there is of course a mid-term solution, an interim solution where the interested parties, provided there is an initial agreement, can build on. These 3 solutions have been put up to public consultation. Many players have opted in for solution A and solution B. The concerns raised relate to the maturity of the market, counterparty risk management, and the depth of the product standardization. During the next steps of the studies we carried out, we were able to look into various platforms abroad. There are various matching mechanisms, the first come, first serve principle, RFPs and tenders principles and approaches, or a short list and a selection based on prioritized criteria, or blind options. Generally, a central counterparty risk is not existing, and this is a great deficit of those platforms in our understanding. There are various approaches in terms of the standardization of contract clauses. We distributed a questionnaire across the market. We reached out to developers, traders, to aggregators, banks, and we observed among the big players that there is high maturity as far as conclusion of PPAs is concerned. Many PPAs had already been concluded until then. Some key highlights out of the answers we received. It is quite interesting that among the three models, a trend is observed, a hybrid model between B and C that is a fully centralized market. And in terms of the commitment level and the matching process, there is a preference for a modular commitment in terms of the level of access and the structure of fees. We find that all participants are wishing a rather modular approach. A very clear finding out of this questionnaire is that all participants, more or less, are looking for a standardization of PPAs in terms of general and generic wording. When it comes to more hot topics, let's say, concerns are raised in terms of prices, volume, of the duration of the commodities, of the projects. Our survey has shown, we as Grant Thornton share this view, that some kind of guarantee should be in place. This model is already bearing fruit in Spain, works very well, and we consider that a crucial factor for the whole process is de-risking. In terms of risks, the participants have graded regulatory risk as the high risk, how curtailment can affect a contract that has been concluded for many years, or prices, what happens when a counterparty wants to leave the contract, the agreement, or what happens when one of the counterparties defaults on its commitments. The big picture shows that there is certainly no one solution fits all. Regardless of which of the models one considers, there are advantages and disadvantages. There are various targets, strategies, and negotiating power among the parties. Standardization is key, nevertheless, up to a certain point that remains to be agreed upon as a result of the consultation among the stakeholders. Certainly, smaller players are wishing that such a platform is in place in which they have easy access. In any case, we believe that a central clearing is necessary, or some sort of a state guarantee. I think what we all agreed on during this panel, as well as in the previous panels, is that the more we distance ourselves from the auctions and the more we go to PPAs, the greater the need will be for more complex instruments that will reduce the exposure and the risks of the parties. PPAs are also in the attention of the European Commission. PPAs are the future. No one argues, no one doubts that. We need a very cautious planning. This market should operate through a structured way, based on a centralized design and using platforms and tools that are reliable. Thank you.